This is one here. It says judge orders eviction despite full rent being paid. Anybody interested? Anybody? Bueller? SYCBM, gentlemen, sassy straights.
To defend yourself, it's going to be up to you to provide proof to be that you should not be evicted to object. So, any questions before we have all of the facts together? Ms. Willis, are you receiving any assistance from Waco Housing Authority or any other federally government agency where they pay so much of your rent?
Yes, housing do cover my full amount of rent.
Okay, housing covers your full amount of rent?
Yes, sir.
And how long has housing been paying your full amount of rent?
I believe for the last 2 years or a year or so.
So housing pays your full rent?
Yes, sir.
When was the last time you went for recertification with Housing Authority?
Back in August of 25. I don't know the exact date.
Do you have that letter that you received from the Housing Authority in August of 2025, which states that they are paying your full rent for this property?
The letterhead.
You have the letter?
No, I don't have the letterhead with me. No, sir, I don't.
But Your Honor, she is correct. I agree with her statement. Housing is paying the entire amount of rent. So this is for non-rental obligations only.
Give me a second.
Child, the full rent. The full rent is being paid. So it's Section 8. She don't have to pay nothing. How do you get evicted off of that? I ain't watched this. We watching it together. I have not watched this at all. Jay Gerard in the building. Thank you, hun. He said, hey, auntie, how are you? I'm all good in the hood, boo. Hope all is well with you. Thank you so much. I see you. I appreciate you. Nick, thank you for another 2. He said, man, got to be 6 foot, 6 inches, 6 figures to talk to her. I know y'all are here. I know y'all got it all. You got it going on. Come on now. Just go ahead. I haven't given y'all women after woman after woman after woman after woman. Y'all ain't trying. I don't be listening to me. This is crazy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm looking at your petition, and I just want to make sure I'm getting a good understanding. Section 2, defendant enter into a lease with RCJ LLC or its assigner or predecessor entitled on or about June 23rd, 2025, rent $16.17 per month. Defendant's rent is subsidized by the government. Her portion is $0. A copy of the lease attached hereunto.
Let me slow it down because he's saying, I heard him say her portion is $0. Let me take it to 1.25.
Today, defendant has violated the rental payment and refused to vacate after notice given on November 7, 2025.
How in the hell you? Wait a damn minute. Hold up.
Defendant entered into a lease with RCJ LLC or its assigner or predecessor entitled on or about June 23rd, 2025, rent is $16.17 per month. Defendant's rent is subsidized by the government. Her portion is $0. A copy of the lease attached hereunto. Exhibit A, defendant has violated the rental payment and refused to vacate.
How did you mess up the rental payment when the payment is $0? I'm about to shut this shit down. You hear me about to lose my voice? I am about to shut this shit down. What the?
After notice given on November 7, 2025, rental agreement violation involved defendant's failure to pay sums due from August 2024 until present, which are still due and unpaid. What grounds are we here for with this eviction?
Yes, Judge. So there are some other obligations under the lease, which include like renter's insurance. They have a resident benefit package, and they've got some smart home fee. But basically, there's another $114 a month in non-rent obligations on this property, and those have never been paid.
Tricky. So let's get into the case and let's figure this out. Mr. Berry, you started out by telling me a little more about the complaint. Go ahead and proceed on.
Yes, Your Honor. As I said, she's correct. The pure rent is $1,617 a month. We sent out the notice to vacate, a 30-day notice by us, regular and certified mail, to RAINN Housing on November the 7th of 2025. For this lease, because this lease actually began on 8/1 of 2025, just like she said about the recertification. So there would be a total of $684 due in non-rental obligations under this lease. For the entire lease, let's see, it's really like $2,102, but that'd be going back, like she said, she's lived here for 2 years. But as I look at it, she did sign a new lease on 8/1, so I'm going from 8/1 forward, and that's $684, which would be non-rental obligations.
So the tenant is here today because of non-rental obligations.
Yes, Your Honor. So we are seeking possession only in this matter.
So the tenant got a 30-day notice to vacate
Yes.
for non-rental obligations. Let's take a look at the lease. So
a non-rental obligation, which could quite possibly be renter's insurance, and she didn't keep it up, having paid no money at all because the rent is totally covered. Allegedly, it's renter's insurance. I'm thinking that that's what it is. And so they really wanted to get rid of her ass because they got some problems. I mean, of course, you want them to have renter's insurance because something happens. Ain't nobody trying to hear your mouth. So this David Berry guy is the lawyer for the owner. I thought he was her lawyer, but it sounds like he's the lawyer for the people that actually want her to get the fuck out.
I would like to go into detail, if you could, the lease and the agreement with housing authority, because this is unique. I may have to call housing authority on this one because this is my first time having one like this, honestly. So I need to get a good clarification before I move forward. But go ahead, let's talk about the lease and what type of relationship you have with housing authority as it pertains to this unit.
Okay. Well, the lease has actually a summary. It's when you look at the first couple of pages at the bottom, it's numbered page 4. So that makes it easy. You can look at, they've got this $50 smart hub fee. They've got a $30 renter's insurance thing and a $34 resident package. So those are the items that have not been paid during.
What the hell is a resident package? Hold on. So it is renter's insurance. What else is it?
As it pertains to this unit.
Okay. Well, the lease has actually a summary. It's when you look at the first couple of pages at the bottom, it's numbered page 4. So that makes it easy. You can look at, they've got this $50 smart hub fee.
Smart hub fee.
They've got a $30 renter's insurance thing and a
renter's insurance.
$34 resident package.
A resident package, child. I don't know what all that is. All I know is the renter's insurance.
So those are the items that have not been paid during the pendency of the lease.
She's been with this company for almost 2 years.
That's correct, Your Honor.
It's come to their attention now that they weren't being compensated for these extra fees that housing authority was not paying.
Well, I think they've noted, but they usually wait until there's in excess of, 1 month's rent total, essentially before starting eviction proceedings.
So they waited until it accumulated to the amount of the rent. So she got lucky because she'd been in there for 2 years while this was accumulating, and she was probably in there thinking, ain't gonna do nothing to me. Ain't gonna do nothing to me. And all she had to do was pay the what fee, and the what fee, and couldn't do that while paying none of that. I think they said $1,600 rent.
So the rent for this unit is actually $1,617, but whenever you add the smart hub,
right,
the insurance, and the benefit package, it brings it up to $1,731.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're wanting the additional, what is that, 80, 100?
It's 114, dollars a month.
What about the what about the contract with Waco Housing Authority? Do you have anything that we can reference?
Let's see. I had seen a letter.
$114 a month. She couldn't afford that.
Yes, I do have it.
Is it in the files here with me?
Got the original one from. No, I've got the original one. Let's see, from 5/13/24. That's just got market rates and things. But that's where they requested the 1617. So that's the last time the lease went up.
This is amazing.
Which I can't email to you right now.
Yeah, and Housing Authority has an agreement. I just want to say this may be a yes or no question. Does Housing Authority, or is their agreement, is it based on the rent alone and not the additional packages? Is that the agreement that Housing Authority has with your client?
Okay, so he's trying to figure out whether the amount that they're charging her of the 3 fees that she didn't charge, does that go outside of the total that the Housing Authority deems? This is what I think he's doing anyway. This is my opinion because I've dealt with this before. So if the amounts of the 3 that she didn't pay are over whatever the whole contracted amount that the county or whatever is willing to pay, then he could conceivably say you overcharged her, she don't owe you shit, and she can't get evicted, okay? For instance, we once had a property, I think for like $1,300. maybe 1,200, and they said the most that they would pay is $975. So that's $975 not only included what they said that they would pay us for the rent, even though we wanted $1,200, but it also took into account how much they gave her for the electricity, how much they gave her for the water, and whatever the hell other utilities that they thought that she could afford to live in that house. So I'm pretty sure that's what he's trying to do, because he don't want to put her out, meaning the judge. But I'm pretty sure that the lawyer has already gone through this and took all that into account. I'm telling you, that it's along the lines of what he's trying to say and trying to prove, because you can't go over. So we have to make the decision. We say 1,200, they say 975. You got to make the decision. They're not going to budge. They're not going to budge, because they always say that they can only afford this much all in. So you think it's just the rent. It's more than that in these situations. Supreme 10, I appreciate you for being a member for 19 months. He said she had to violate some type of bylaw within the lease or Section 8 rule. Yeah, she wasn't paying them daggone fees. So I think HMOB asked about renter's insurance, and I know that Reaper said what it is. But just like when you have a home and you're buying it, you have to have homeowner's insurance. Renter's insurance is the difference when you're just renting. But it's not because of anything having to do with the structure. It has to do with you, so that you're covered if something should happen. So that's what I say when we see all these stories where these people out here talking about they had a fire, they had a flood, they had a this, they had a that. That's when I'm like, well, what's with your renter's insurance? Because they should be covering that if you're paying for it. But if you're not paying for it, then something happens, because they should be covering hotel stays, food spoilages, all that type of stuff. But I guess people don't know about it. I don't know. Thank you so much, Supreme 10. I appreciate you. Good afternoon, good evening to the tether extraordinaire. I see you, boo. He said at the job busy. MSG gang, hold it down. You heard? No, don't listen to him. Do not listen to him. All right. But shout out to Ali. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And your client, they did notify housing authority in writing that they intend to terminate the tenant's lease based on this complaint.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's that. And so I've just emailed you that, which is really just like one sheet of paper for the lease.
She seems to have housing authority. Let me hear, Ms. Willis.
Yes, sir.
Are you still staying there at this unit?
Yes, I'm here.
Tell me why you feel like you should not be evicted.
For one, because like I said, housing is covering my full amount rent. So I feel like I've been in this unit. I was the first one to be in this unit. I keep the unit up. Like I keep to make sure the grass is mowed. The diligence that I need to do on the house. I feel like if I can't afford the rent, I take full responsibility of the house fees. When I first got into this house, I was working for an insurance company. I was making the money. I could afford it. I lost my job. Housing started covering. I couldn't afford the extra fees that was on the house. I take full accountability for that. I feel like, I don't have anywhere to go. Like, if I could have got out before I renewed it, I would have been left the house. If I could afford those moving expenses and stuff like that, but I couldn't. So it was like I was stuck here, and I couldn't go anywhere due to the fees or whatever. Housing is saying that I can't have no fees. I can move out the house, but I would have to have 0 fees on the house in order for me to move. So I just been trying to catch myself back up, and I'm just a single mother. It's out of my control. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to that. Like I do take accountability for that. I do know the house do have fees. No, I could not afford it. That's why housing was covering my full amount of rent. And I'm basically stuck here.
So whenever you went in for recertification, I assume you were informed that they would only cover the rent, not these additional fees. Is that right?
No, I didn't. When I went into recertification this month, I really didn't speak with no one in the office because they have been backed up. So they told us and quite a few other people that was there that day to go online and recertify through there. So that's how I did everything online. But I never had a meeting or sat down with no one pertaining to the new lease or anything like that. I just went on, recertified, and they kept paying the rent. They didn't stop paying it. So I just figured that, everything was taken care of.
So the amount that, let me see if I can clarify a little bit better. The amount that you were expecting them to pay, was that just the rent only, not the additional fees?
Yes.
Okay. So you were fully aware that you were still responsible for those additional fees.
Yeah, I was responsible for those when I moved into the house.
And as you stated in the oath, you were paying them,
Yes.
but lost your job, and that created a financial hardship to pay the additional fees. The housing authority continued to pay your rent.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Berry, you're just seeking property, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you seeking your court costs, Mr. Berry?
No, Your Honor.
I looked through the paperwork. I see that the notice of vacate was sent via certified mail, so I didn't have to ask you that. Okay. Okay.
Let me just say, he does not want to evict her. I'm telling you, he does not want to evict her. But if you're really a real judge and you're doing your real job, if she did not, I would call it counter complaint. So she didn't go and read the lease and say that you wanted to counterclaim and send it in and mail it. Allegedly, this is similarly how it probably works in all states. They already know they're gonna win. I've always known when I was gonna win when I evicted somebody, because they don't do anything. And if you don't do anything, you can't win, regardless of what the story is. I mean, that was a good story. That's a good story. So if you lost your job, you should have went and talked to, first of all, the landlord. Second of all, your caseworker that does the Section 8. Why does everybody got all this mouth out here telling everybody else what to do and don't even know what to do with them for themselves? This is not specific to her. In general, all these people that's telling everybody else what to do, know everything for everybody else, and can't even keep your own shit straight. You know what I mean? I mean, common sense, in my opinion, would say, go to the landlord, go to the Section 8 people. Because they already covering this shit 100%. They would have sent you to Child Lahib. I don't know. I just said Lahib because that's the thing around here. Or all these other programs where you're already on something 100%. There's plenty of other things that they could give you. Nope. I'll just go ahead and just keep hope alive, child. Just keep hope alive. And maybe it'll work itself out. Well, it's about to work itself out.
So with that being said, I'm going to rule in favor for the plaintiff for possession of the property, possession only.
You see how he had to hold his head? He said, I'm going to go let the plaintiff, basically he's saying that the plaintiff wins. So the people that want their property back. Shout out to our girl. Shout out to Elizabeth, a member for 24 months, 2 years. Shout out to you, boo. My girl. She said, just tuned in on replay. Wasn't ready for the rant, nor were my cats. They were running around like, what happened? But I'm here for it. Shout out to you. I apologize to the cats. I appreciate you, hun. What else he got to say?
Plaintiff has waived court costs in this particular unit, so they're just seeking property. You do have the right to appeal my decision. They made some new changes to the laws, and I have to make sure that I'm up to date with those because it was effective January 1st. But when I last read it, I think they said the appeal bond has to be at least $250. And so that's what your appeal bond is going to be. That's the greater. Okay. So with that being said, you have 6 days from today's date to appeal my decision. If you do not appeal this judgment against you, and you are still occupying the premises located at 916 Olive Street, 76704. So make sure I'm clear. If you don't appeal, and if you're still staying there, but after that 6th day, you got 6 days to appeal, but if you're still staying there after that 6th day and you don't appeal, then that 7th day, Mr. Berry, on behalf of the plaintiff, can take the next legal actions against you. That is when the constable will serve you with a 24-hour notice to move out. It could be the next business day. It could be business days 2 days after you file. I don't know. No one really knows when they're going to serve you with this notice. Again, if you do not appeal and you're still occupying premises. And once you receive that notice, if you have not vacated property, the constable will be back over there within that, once that time period has expired. And that's where the constable will meet the members of the plaintiff, their representatives, maintenance personnel, whomever, movers. And they're going to be able to safely and peacefully remove all of their personal belongings. The constable will be there to act as security. That's going to be their job, to act as security. And then at that time, the movers will be able to take all of your personal belongings from inside of the home, clothes, whatever, they will put it in bags and they'll put it on the outside. Furniture, everything's going on the outside. Okay. That's how this ends. I think it's unfortunate. I strongly encourage you to contact Housing Authority, about them of exactly what has transpired.
Look at the lawyer. He said light work, like somebody said earlier.
And see how they can assist you. Also, I strongly encourage you to contact EOAC. They may have, the keyword, they just may have some funds to assist you with emergency rental assistance, and that is to assist you with finding somewhere else to stay. I cannot force Mr. Barry, anyone from RGCA LLC to accept any funds from you after today's date.
Okay.
EOAC, the assistance that they provide you with is just emergency assistance for relocation if they have any funds available. Do you have any questions, Ms. Willis?
Okay, so you say I have 6 days to appeal it, and how long to get out?
If you don't appeal by that 6th day, then the constable will be serving you with another notice. It could be on the 7th day, it could be the 8th day. I don't know. It all depends on when it's filed with the court. Any other questions before we close out today's case?
No, sir.
I'm going to tell you, Ms. Willis, we have another case that's on the docket. More than welcome to stay and listen to that case, where you can excuse yourself from there.
Child, who want to hear about somebody else's eviction? I'm telling you, that man did not want to evict that lady. He did not. But there's nothing that can be said. There's nothing that can be said. I don't get it. I know someone will say, everybody don't know. If they know how to get the benefit, then they know how to at least go talk at minimum to the person that gave them the benefit. Everybody got a caseworker. You go whining to them, because child, these people always came whining to me about this, that, and the other. So they know. I guess she just thought after a while, oh, I'm getting away with it, and didn't worry about it until it was time to worry about it. Ain't nobody let nobody have nothing for free. I don't know why.